AC through resistance and inductance. A pure resistance R and a pure inductive coil of L inductance is shown connected in series in the figure. Let V equal to RMS value of applied voltage let VR be the voltage across the resistor. VL, let it be the voltage across the inductor. So I am going to draw the voltage triangle. Considering the element resistor, the voltage VR and IR are in phase. IR is the current through the resistor, and since this is a series circuit, this IR is same as the total current through the circuit. So I have drawn VR. Now take the element inductor. The inductor voltage leads the inductor current, or we can say that the inductor current lags the inductor voltage by an angle of 90 degree. So here IR, which is same as inductor current. So the inductor current is represented like this, and the inductor voltage is leading inductor current by an angle of 90 degree. So we have VR, VL. Now I am going to draw the total voltage, which is the applied voltage. So this is V, which is I into Z. This Z is known as the impedance of the circuit. Z is the impedance of the circuit. And I am taking this angle as phi, which is the angle between total current and total voltage. This is same as the current as well as the voltage across the resistor. So this can be taken as total current. So angle between total current and total voltage is phi, and cos of that angle is known as the power factor of the circuit. Cos of that angle is known as the power factor of the circuit. So VR is equal to I into R, and VL is equal to I into XL. Total voltage is I into Z. XL is the inductive reactance of the circuit. XL can be equated to L omega, where L is the inductance and omega is the angular frequency, which is 2 pi into frequency. Omega is equal to 2 pi into frequency. Now I am going to draw the phasor diagram. Using resistance, reactance and impedance. This triangle is known as impedance triangle. whereas the triangle which is formed with the voltages VR, VL and total voltage, that is known as the voltage triangle. This is impedance triangle because R, XL and Z, the unit of R, XL and Z are ohms. So this is taken as impedance triangle. Now to draw the waveform of this particular circuit, first I am taking voltage as a reference. If I am taking voltage as a reference, the current will lag by an angle of phi. That we have seen in the voltage triangle, the current is lagging by an angle of phi. So here I am taking phi which is less than 90 degree. So this is the waveform for voltage and current. Now with this we can draw the power circuit also, but before that we have to derive the equation for power. We know that instantaneous power P equal to V into I, instantaneous voltage into instantaneous current, which is Vm sin omega t into Im sin omega t minus of phi. Sin omega t minus of phi. So if we are solving this, we will get half Vm Im cos of phi minus cos of 2 omega t minus phi. So obviously this power consists of two parts. A constant part which is half Vm Im into cos phi. So this constant part is contributing to real power. And a pulsating component which is double frequency component, which has a frequency which is twice that of the voltage and current. So it does not contribute to actual power since its average value over a complete cycle is 0. Hence average power consumed in this is the pulsating power. So here also the average power consumed, which is P average, is equal to half Vm Im cos phi. So this is Vm by root 2 into Im by root 2 into cos phi P average is half Vm Im cos phi, because we are integrating this over a particular interval, that I will explain later. So half into Vm Im cos phi. So this is Vm by root 2 because 2, which is root 2 into Im by root 2. Average power is half into Vm Im cos phi, which is same as Vm by root 2 into Im by root 2 into cos of phi. So the average power is equated to Vi cos of phi. If you are taking the impedance triangle, resistance XL is the inductive reactance and Z is the impedance, phi is the power factor, phi is the phase angle, which is the angle between voltage and current. Angle between voltage and current. taking voltage as the reference, current lags behind voltage by an angle of phi. The angle between this voltage and current is phi. Angle between this voltage and current is taken as phi. And Z is the impedance of the circuit, which is the hypotenuse of the impedance triangle, which is root of r square plus xl square. Cos of this angle is adjacent side by hypotenuse, which is r by z. So the power factor equation is the ratio of resistance to that of inductance, that of impedance. From the voltage triangle also we can get the equation for cos phi. Hypotenuse is voltage, base is VR, altitude is VL. Voltage across the inductance. So V is the total voltage is root of VR square plus VL square. Cos phi is VR by V, adjacent side by hypotenuse. Ratio of voltage across the resistance to the total applied voltage. Now we can draw the power curve. If you are extending this current curve, we can get the power curve here in this section. So I am dividing into different sections. Now I have to take the power over this section, second section. It will be upwards. Third section again downwards. So if you have to integrate the power, so this is instantaneous power. We have to integrate power. We have to take over this interval. That is from 0 to pi. So that is why we have got the average power as half into Vm Im cos phi.